done a couple videos like this in the past where I'm interested in purchasing a vehicle and I'm on the test drive, just kind of going over the vehicle real quick and showing you guys what I'm looking at. So this is going to be kind of a quick tour of the vehicle. We'll go over some of the features and we'll take it on a short drive here. So this is a 15 Kia Optima SXL, so it has a turbo engine and looks really sharp. It has the panoramic sunroof, so it has the all black roof there, which is really cool. And I really like the lighting on this car on the outside. It looks absolutely awesome because you have the LED fog lights and the HID headlights, and the tail lights just look really cool too. So this one has aftermarket 20-inch wheels, and I really like the design. And from a distance they look great, but up close I just think they're a little too oversized for this car. But I really do like the design, and it also has red calipers, which is cool. On the side it has like the turbo emblem, which is awesome. So when you unlock the car, the mirrors actually fold out, and then when you lock it, they go back in. How cool is that? So coming around the back of the car, it has a pretty short deck lid, and it also has a lip spoiler there, which looks really nice. The wheel in the back here is kind of dinged up a little bit, but the other ones are in pretty good condition. So I think probably I'd take off the Optima and SXL badge, kind of debadge it a little bit, and I might dip the chrome piece there. So I'm just considering this car at this point. I haven't started negotiating or anything. So we'll step inside the car. This is what I mean by the tail lights. I just really like the look of them. A lot of Kias are doing that now, where it's just like this solid red outline. It looks really sharp. And we'll see if we can get the lighting in the front here. It's switched off, okay. So we'll go inside the car and take a look. Now what's really cool in this one is the color combination. So it has like this off-white leather with black everything else pretty much. So the seats and the dash a little bit are off-white and everything else is black. The carpet, the headliner, the steering wheel, the console looks really cool. Also have the gloss black trim on the doors with this little silver stripe. Looks really nice. And the doors sound a little hollow when you open and close them. Not quite as high quality as I'd like, but then again it is a Kia, so can't expect a whole lot there. Rear seat legroom is okay. The back seat the passenger seat is pretty far back, so the driver's side here is a better indication. And it has a full down armrest as well. It has heated rear seats, heated and cooled front seats. And when you're inside the car and you close the door, it sounds pretty solid. So the gauge cluster is really cool. I like it a lot. It has some nice illumination, if we can get it to focus. It has some really nice illumination, and just has a really nice display in the middle as well. So you can change what's on the display there with this button, go through to the audio, any maintenance that maybe you do, settings, and there's like a fuel economy display as well. And then the off-white is kind of accented on the side of the dash, around like the cockpit kind of area, which is really cool. The steering wheel is awesome. So it's leather wrapped, it has white stitching, it has a flat bottom, which I typically don't like, but it's not like over exaggerated. It looks really nice, and the center part here is like this round kind of look, but it flows nicely into the spokes. I just really like the look of it. And the buttons that kind of protrude here on the side are really cool. When you switch the drive modes, it changes the color of the display up here. So it's on normal right now. And if we switch to Eco, it turns green. And then Sport, it has like an amber color. Now, one thing I don't like is with the drive mode and the auto hold, which I'll explain later, it doesn't remember that setting next time you restart the car. So if you wanted it in sport mode all the time or eco all the time, you'd have to switch that every single time you restart the engine, which is kind of annoying. But honestly, in sport mode, I had it in sport mode a little bit, and it was just too jumpy. So I think normal is a much better mode for most of the driving you do with this car. On the side it has a heated steering wheel button, and the heated steering wheel doesn't seem to be working right now. And then you have the traction control off, blind spot monitoring. This car has 2,047 miles on it. So they traded it in very shortly after buying it. It has push button start, it has the sport pedals, which are really cool, and I really like the audio system. The graphics and just the look of everything really looks good, I think. Just really like the look of it. So here's the audio system, or the radio actually, and it has a pretty good sound to it. Really, it's not bad at all, and it does have XM, which is pretty sweet. And then this is the home screen. You have kind of a preview of a couple different things. You have the navigation with the speed limit, the radio, and then some like settings and whatnot. And then if you tap on any of those quadrants, it brings it up on the entire screen, which is cool. And it has the dual zone climate and everything, electronic parking brake, and here's your heated and cooled seats. It's a 6-speed automatic, and shifts pretty nicely. The armrest, as you can probably hear, is very soft. It opens up to a pretty good sized console as well. So it also has the panoramic sunroof, which is really cool. I like the black headliner. It feels nice too. It's like a suede material. And then we've got the dome lights here and whatnot, and a little sunglasses holder. So I'll reposition the camera and we'll take it out for a drive. I'm going to turn on the auto hold to kind of demonstrate what that does. It basically holds the brakes while you're at a stop until you press on the accelerator. And I used it just a couple times so far, and it's very smooth when it disengages. Turn left here. And so I'm on a hill right now, and if I just wait a second or so after I stop, I can release the brake pedal and the car stays still until you ease into the throttle, and it smoothly releases too. It's a nice, smooth transition. I've noticed some torque steer with it. If you get on it at all, it just wants to go to the left. And with it being as rainy as it is, it's easy to get some wheel spin out of it too. It doesn't handle too badly either. It grips on pretty well. Got some decent power when you really get into it, and there's honestly not much road noise. It's kind of hard to tell in the camera, I'm sure, because of the rain that we're having, but as far as road noise, it's actually pretty quiet. It's a little shaky on the highway, but not bad at all. So this has the 2-liter turbo inline 4, and I think it has 274 horsepower, somewhere around there. So it definitely has plenty of power. It's not what I would call a fun-to-drive car, but it's certainly not boring at all. It's a nice driving car. The sound system is good, and there's tons of equipment, and I really like that sunroof. That is really, really cool. I kind of wish it had pedal shifters. But it does have the manual gate here on the shifter. So I think that'll conclude our test drive in the 2015 Kia Optima SX. I'm going to continue driving this the rest of tonight and see what I think.